Yeah, we're just done. Elliot, you're running it. Off you pop.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, chaos. It's too early for us. It's 9 a.m. UK time, 10 p.m. 10 a.m. Central European time, and 4 p.m. wherever Stuart is on the other side of the world. Guess from his tan and how red he is, I don't know. And the worst kept secret in Eurovision is finally out, which is Remember Monday is representing the United Kingdom with the song What the Hell Just Happened. We have had hints of this for a while, but the song is now out there, got revealed this morning on BBC Radio 2, and the music video dropped about half an hour ago. 3 girls based in Farnham in Surrey, Charlotte Steele, Holly, and Sam. And yeah, they've been friends, as I said, since sixth form and singing together ever since. Did The Voice in 2019, and now they're off to Eurovision. What the hell just happened? I think is quite a fair title for this song because there is a lot going on. But let's start with the one who's not actually in the UK yet. Stuart, you've always got a strong opinion about the UK entry. What is it this year?
Who was that too? Sorry, my internet cut out. Was that for me?
Yes.
Here we go. Wouldn't be an ESC Fan TV show without some form of technical issue. Sorry, Elliot. Yeah, an interesting entry this year. Right? I'd love to get to know the mind of the selection panel that is BBC Eurovision. You know, because this is a very quirky, interesting entry from as professional as ever from the BBC team this year. 3 great vocalists. Let's not forget that. First of all, I think you can be very sure that we're going to get some phenomenal vocals, and there should be no concern there. The song itself, though, feels a bit stitched. Feels a bit like the songwriters, of which there are several of them, by the way, I'll come on to that in a second, have pulled 2 or 3 different songs together. The songwriters, one of them, a very renowned songwriter, wrote a winning song for Denmark several years ago. I'm sure we know which song that is. But also the duo behind Embers from James Newman, lest we forget. So, yeah, interesting how we've all kind of come to this point. I think the key to this song, the critical path to having a good performance and a good result this year at Eurovision is the storytelling. It has to be. Vocally, it will not be enough to have 3 singers just standing there singing. They have to do something on stage. It's essential that we get this bit right. Otherwise, it's doomed, unfortunately. Not because I don't like the song. I love the song. I think it's a really great entry. It's very different. It's not safe, which is what we've been asking for years. But the storytelling is critical. Get that wrong, we're in trouble. Get it right, who knows?
Thank you, Stuart. I have to say, a lot of people have said, and I agree with this in the sense that it feels very musical theatre. You've got a really poppy chorus, verses, and then like a very dramatic chorus sort of thing. And it feels very end of Act 1, especially like the lyrics. Ripped my dress, swung from a chandelier, broke a heel, called my ex. You know, very much what happened after a night out. And we've all been there. Well, not me. I'm the one who tells my friends what they've done because I'm the sober safe one. It's quite fun, actually. So from that perspective, Donna, how on earth, as someone who does say work in theatres and lighting, and stuff, how do you portray such a busy story, and a very linear story, but also busy sonically, in a 3-minute performance on stage? Because I think that's going to be the challenge of this song.
Yes, and it is from many songs that we've experienced this year. It is difficult. They can't just stand and sing. It can't just be another Iceland from a few years ago. We don't want another Eugene. But we don't at the same time want a Leslie Roy, where it's just so busy. There's too much going on. The girls can't allow themselves enough time to actually get the vocal that they need for this. So at the minute, I'm really not sure. There's lots of opportunity to do stuff. I don't know if we would just go with something like a static background that Lucy Jones had. I think that would just be a bit naff. But then again, do you want to just rely on a VT? A bit of video wall explanation. Yeah, Johnny's got a very good point. Something that is simple, but a prop maybe, or a couple of props. But there's too many things to say yes to and then not to. So honestly, I just don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why, but the first thing that came to my mind when I heard the song was like a big loud sofa, like a chaise lounge, because so they've woke up from the night before. So thinking like that could be a good visual thing, and if we just keep it at that, maybe. But I don't know. Michelle, it's coming to you now. Obviously, they've been together for the best part of a decade, and you can tell because their harmonies are fantastic. You can really, really hear that. Do you think that bodes well, the fact this isn't just a group put together for Eurovision, but they are best friends, work together, and know how each other work, not just in a musical sense, but in a mental sense to help them through this whole experience?
No, I think by the end of this, they're going to be tearing each other to bits. I think it's just too much of a, you're going to be together between now and the 17th of May, every day, all day, every day, answering the same questions. Somebody that you used to see a few times a week, to seeing them every day, all the time, it's like Phil's breathing now. It's like I've had 23 years of it, and honestly, I could smother him sometimes. It's going to be that sort of scenario, and they're not married to each other, so they don't have to, be nice to each other. I think it's going to take its toll. Somebody will crack in a girl group or a boy group. Somebody always cracks because something's just got on their nerves day after day after day. And we might actually see that by the time we get to Eurovision, which could be quite fun, to be fair. And I think that'll be the most interesting story. But with regards to staging, I think, do you not think we should go down the Rhino Shaughnessy? Oh, I don't know if you can hear, they're actually digging the road up outside my house. They should go down the Rhino Shaughnessy sort of route of those three concentrating on their singing together and have a little side story telling the story of the song, so that they don't have to concentrate on thinking, right, now we have to do this, now we have to do this, and breathe and complicate things. Just have a couple, well, maybe have three others on the stage that are those representing those three people, and just play the story out, and they can do that all around them without interfering with any vocals. I think we need to concentrate on the vocals so that they can sing it beautifully, and then have somebody else telling the story next to them so that they can just concentrate on what's the most important thing, which is the vocal.
Thank you. And Mick, let's come across to you. So obviously the BBC have gone very different to the last few years. The last few years we've sent something very clean, pop, radio friendly. And they did say they'll do something very different we haven't done before, and that is definitely this. What is your initial reaction? Because they said it is swinging big, not in a literal sense of a giant microphone or loud or anything like that, but in fact it is to say very, very different, and not something we ever really hear outside of what I said, a musical theatre setting. So do you think this could actually work in a live capacity of a televised contest?
Definitely yes. I've just come back from swimming, and I just heard it more or less just before we came on air, and immediately I just thought, yeah, this bounces along quite nicely. It's a lovely different. Yes, we've all want different, and now everybody's sort of saying yes, but no, not that kind of different. I don't like it. It's absolute rubbish. No. Yes, go for something different. Make take a risk. Yeah. I think, as Michelle says, with the right staging, concentrate on the vocals. I'm sure the juries will love it. Yeah, the televote, well, the televote always lets us down, but hey, so what? And, if Malta, do their campaign, we might not get any votes at all, so who knows?
Malta's not voted for us in the last few years. It's fine. They gave us a 12 in 2016, and they're like, yeah, we're done. We've given you what you wanted 8 years ago. But,
You give us the George Cross, we've given you 12 points. That's it. Go on.
But as Stuart said, like I said, there is a Eurovision winner on the song, and that's Thomas Stengard, who wrote Only Teardrops. Now, that's one of my favourite entries of all time. It is actually his 9th Eurovision song in the last, since Only Teardrops, and he had We Will Rave last year. So as you know, varying degrees of success for Thomas when it comes to songwriting. But I have to agree with Stuart in the same sense of there are 8 people listed on this song. The 3 girls, 3 were country singers, and an American, Swedish, and Danish person. And you can tell their different influences. I would love to know if Remember Monday were approached first and the song was found second, or what that whole thing was about, because he said it's a lot of things going on and very different to something that Remember Monday have ever released before. But I am hopeful. The song is not bad in the slightest. I think vocally it sounds great. There's a lot of potential there. It's gonna, do amazingly or not at all in the televotes. It's one of those songs you either grasp onto it or it passes you by. I won't deny that. And there's quite a few like that this year. I think the juries will really respect it. But let's see what our panel think of where this will finish. Obviously, the UK are already in the final, so we don't need to worry about that on Tuesday and Thursday. But with what we've got at the minute, where can we see this landing in Basel? And I'm going to start this with my optimistic hat on. I think this can do similar to what Isaac in Germany did, which is about 12. I think the juries could really respect the vocal capacity and the skill of their song and them, and then Televote may fall short. But I still think that could end 12, which, to be honest, that's the left-hand side. I will take that and run. Stuart, where do you see this landing?
I have no idea, Elliot. I think this could absolutely bomb. We could be looking at last place, no points with this kind of song, being completely truthful on it, sorry. But it'll also do really well. I just want to make a point about the staging, because I think the premise of the song is about having a bad moment, going out on a real bender of a night out, drinking, getting yourself completely legless. I would have said something else there for a second. I wouldn't want to offend anyone in Malta. However, just it's waking up the next day and thinking to yourself, what the hell just happened? So they have to recreate that on stage, right? So imagine for a second they build some form of house stage setting, and you've got the girls in different rooms. I think that's probably what we're going to have. We're going to have very much Leslie Roy style. I think that's exactly what we do need to make this work, and nothing else will work, by the way. And you end up with the three girls together on stage at the end of the song. I can't see it any other way. Well, I would like to put in a wish list. My wish list for Eurovision is to end up with Sam Ryder playing guitar at the end of the song, because I think that could be a really cool way to end it. So I'm not going to give you a prediction there, Elliot, because frankly, it can either do really badly or do, frankly, okay. I don't see it ever troubling the scoreboard, to be frank.
Can I just interject there? And Stu, this is wild prediction time. We don't care whether you go, I don't know. You need to just think of something to make it up now. We need a number.
Okay, I kind of told you. So last.
I don't want the house, because my brain goes to Spain 2019, and that was a car crash on stage. They had a good song and fucked it up with, excuse my language, with a stupid house. Why?
But the thing is, sorry, let me just come back for one point. Sorry, guys. If you're going to go that kind of quirky with a song, you've got to then back it up with the staging. You can't. You're either all in or you're all out, right? You can't have three singers on stage singing that song. It won't make any sense. So you have to go wacky and wild. Anyway, that's just my point.
Donna, where do you see this landing? Is it very different to what we've seen in the last few years? How do you think this will fare?
It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because, as Stu said, it could easily bomb. We know how reliable we've been in the past when we've gone up really hyped and gone, yes, this is going to be amazing, and then it's come last. Yeah. I mean, a lot of my predictions so far are going to be mid-table. So, I would like to say at best it'll get a left side, but I think this is a right-hand sider. It is going to be difficult to get that staging right. If they nail it, brilliant. But let's just say 17th.
Okay. Mick, wild prediction side, what are you saying? And this may or may not be held against you in May.
Well, I don't know. I don't mind what gets held against me in May, so, but there we go. I am eternally optimistic, as always, for the UK entry. I'm one of those strange people who've enjoyed, the majority of them, and like a lot of us, I want it to do well. I think, and I would be most happy with top right-hand side. Let's go try and get some consistency going. I don't want a winner from out of nowhere, although I would have loved Sam to have won, but there you go, never mind. Let's get some consistency going. BBC have tried something different. We're going for something unusual in the style. I think it might catch some people's attentions and maybe enough of the televote to think, oh, actually, this is quite good, really. And we'll get some points and we'll creep up to the top right hand side. I'd be happy with that.
And the person who has the wildest predictions are all, apart from the one who said a song would win last weekend. Michelle, you've got about 3 songs in 7th. Is this making it song number 4 in 7th for you?
No, I think I've got 2 in 12th, so I'm going 12th.
I want to see Michelle score more one day. It's just going to be like 1960. Like, you all win. Up you go. But fantastic. I mean, let's look at the cards. Some are saying 15 to 18. Some are saying right-hand side. You know, what will be, will be. Obviously, we wish Remember Monday all the best. We will see what happens in May. And the best part, guys, there's only 8 songs left to go now. The end is in sight. We're nearly there. Much for Michelle's sanity more than anything. But we'll be back very, 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 very soon. And don't forget, we are back tomorrow as well after the Melfest final to discuss who will be representing Sweden as well. There's a lot of talk about who it could be, but, you know, we'll discuss that when it happens. But that is it on Remember Monday. Thank you very much for joining us bright and early this morning. We shall speak to you all next time. But for now, see you later. Bye.